So welcome to DocWob TV, Kawasaki episode this one. We've got an ever so ugly KX500. This is how they come in. We don't start with nice stuff. People think because we turn out nice work that they think we start with nice stuff. Not always the truth. So this 92 KX500 is ugly as a mud fence, and it's going to take some work. So welcome to DocWob TV. This is a green episode. Kawasaki's, I know a lot of you like them. They're all right, but this thing is not all right. It's ugly as a mud fence. This is how they come in. This is a 92 KX500. We bought it in, haven't even washed it. The boys were just about to wash it, took the chain off, and I'm like, no, let's just film it first to show people that we do have nice stuff. We do turn out nice stuff, but they don't always start off nice. So this one's going to take a bit of work. So here we are, Pig Ugly KX500, usual Kawasaki beautifulness, everything's baggy. What's extra special about this? She's locked up. I'm going to guess it's rusty inside, but we'll have it apart in a few minutes and find out. Everything's hanging on it. Most of it's going to end up in the scrap bin. We'll put one of our Addy tanks on it. We'll rebuild the motor, powder coat the frame, do the swing arm. Forks are bad news. These bruises on the forks, which are basically stone chips that have been left in a damp environment, it blows the aluminium. They're scrap. There's no saving them. There's no coating them. There's no scrap. Trust me. If you see a set of forks that the aluminium looks like it's kind of rotten, the tubes ain't going to go again. So there's that. I'm not sure if I can save these bars. What do you reckon? We can use the bars. That left grip might be a bit special. The boys need to take this one apart so we can really see what we're dealing with. So 500s seem to be a little bit ring fenced. Everything else is dropping. 500s not so much, you know. And of course, with anything, it's all about the condition and the build quality. There's always a market for nice stuff. Always has been. And especially with Hawkstone VMXdN this year. Who doesn't want to go up Hawkstone Hill on a 500? I know I'd like to. So this thing, you think, is it a punt? For what I paid for it, you could break it. So worst case scenario, we'll just sell the parts. But we actually got some more fork tubes. We can build it, trust me. We have the technology. So, you know, this thing, when it's done, probably be about £8 grand. Whether we put all tie in it and start making it real top end or not is another matter. I do like to build two bikes at the same time, because then it's only one trip to the anodizers, one trip to the strippers, one trip to the platers, all that. So we've got two KX500s on build. There's one there in the box, which I thought was more complete than it is. So we've got a bit of work to do on that one. But this one, there's a few mysteries with this. We need to see where we're at before we make any decisions. But the plan is right now to rebuild it, put new fork tubes on it, new pipe, new silencer, new engine internals, spokes, rims, all those wear items that can't be saved. But the frame, the cases, the main parts of it will go again. So this is something a little bit different, a little bit new. I'm not in my comfort zone with this whatsoever. This is a KX85 shifter kart built by Team Green Kawasaki in their Irvine, California workshops. When Kawasaki stopped making 250s and 125s, like 05, 06, 07, they stopped developing them. They thought they'd continue to make two-stroke engines and sell them as go-kart engines. So they did the Kawasaki shifter kart power program. Now, I'm only telling you what I've been told. If anybody out there knows any more about this than I do, please tell me I'm wrong. But I was told they built 185, 1125, 1250. James Stewart has still got one of the other ones. This is the 85 one. This came from a guy called Ryan Skinner, who used to build the cabinets for the box vans. He used to do the Suzuki ones and the Kawasaki ones. While he was building the Kawasaki ones, he ended up buying this. I bought it from him. So we're going to fluff and buff it, and I'm going to hang it on the wall in my new garage, much like a pound shop, Troy Lee Designs. They've got a Indy car hanging on their wall. I've got a shifter car hanging on mine. So as you can see, it's a little bit sad. It's been sitting around for 25 years, whatever, rusty. Pro Circuit did get involved with the program. Pro Circuit made the pipe silencers. They were going to go into the shifter cart world as well. So I've got emails into those guys and phone calls finding out as much as I can. So it's Pro Circuit pipe, stock silencer. We've got a carbon silencer for it, luckily. Everything's got to become apart. Now the colour scheme, as you can see, is full Pro Circuit. The fluorescent frame, black rims, the black side pods, because it was a black back end, and a silver front to make it for the silver front fender. So it's a Pro Circuit colour scheme, built by Team Green, you can tell. So we're going to have it apart, re-chrome the rusty bits, fluff and buff it, make it look as pretty as it can look, put some new tyres on it because they're just split from being too old. It is just a novelty. It's quite cool looking. We'll see how it looks when it's hanging on the wall. So I've not got much more to report on this. We'll take it apart, see where we're at, replate a bunch of stuff, fluff and buff the motor. I don't plan on rebuilding the motor unless it needs it. So it's a bit sorry, it's a bit sad for itself, so we'll make it look shiny. And while the boys are pulling the motor out of that KX500, I'll show you what I'm doing here. This is a little production line on Kawasaki rear chain guide blocks. We buy the plastic in from UFO. 2 of them, 1 of them, different part numbers. They get assembled together. We make these aluminium plates with the countersunk screws. Sit on there. Pair of new M6 tapered screws. And we just basically put it all together as a unit. And we sell it so you guys can just bolt it together. So you get the complete. Let's put that in loose. You don't think this takes very long, but when there's 100 of them, it takes a lump out of your day. So just basically chain guide, all brand new, new screws, new everything, ready to bolt on. So you're not trying to source all the different parts. So we get them made for you. Save time and effort and money. And you can even have the UFO sticker in there, I don't care. So there is a few of them to go. So how many's, I've probably got 60 left to build. Engineers over here. Where's my coffee anyway?
I thought you would be coming.
No. So I like to build 2 at a time because it's not doesn't take twice as long. So one's going to be full cylinder, all tie bolts. The other one will be steel, like we did with the Hondas. That's coming apart, so we can find out why it's seized up. So that's the big question. And why it's seized up might determine whether we rebuild it or whether we scrap it. So that's the big what if of today. So this thing I thought was a complete bike. It's far from it. So hopefully most of the big bits are here. We'll have to try and find them if they're not. We've got the cases, the frame, wheels, fork shock, swing arm, linkage. Actually, there's no rads, no tank. I don't know where all that stuff is. So we've got a bit, in fact, there's no brakes, is there, Tom? There's a front brake.
Front brake in a rear master cylinder.
Oh, I've got a rear master cylinder. We'll figure it out. We'll build a bike out of it somehow, hopefully. And then it's another one that can go to VMXdN Hawkstone. It's a KX500, good bike. I worked Kawasaki 88 with Rob Andrews. They're much the same bike. They changed in 89, went for 3-power valve and a few other bits, and quite a bit, even though the plastics were the same, they're a different bike. So I've been around them for years. You can make them good. We built a nice one for Tyler Bowers. We helped Tyler build his bike in California, sent him a bunch of parts we make. His had modern KXF suspension on, ours had Olin's on. It was a nice thing. So that went well. We're going to try to build this one to see why have you got a nut and a bolt on that tone. That obviously goes all the way through the frame, which it ain't supposed to do.
It'd be nice.
We'll make it nice, kid. We have the technology. But we'll know in an hour or two whether it's rebuildable. It's spinning, but I might be able to hold it with a screwdriver. There is a God. Why do we bother? Alright, so we don't think the piston's seized. I don't think it's the rod. I think it's somewhere in the gearbox or the clutch side. So we might delve into there and see what we're dealing with. But the piston and the cylinder look actually in okay shape. More than I can say for the front sprocket. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, you need to have a look in there with the camera.
Take it apart. It's got to come apart. It won't take long. We just found a copper washer. Oh, they were a bit nice. They won't go again. There was a copper washer underneath the main clutch hub nut. Never seen that before. Bit of cleaning up to do on this old girl. I think it's just possibly crap in the thread, in the gears. Look at that. So,
yeah, that's all it was.
It's going to be like this gunk in these gears from corrosion.
Yeah,
stopping it turn over. Cylinder, turn over. Cylinder now, try and turn the ignition. Yeah, that's all it was. It's gunk in the gears. But spin that around, it don't look very pretty. So can we bring it back? Can it live again? Stay tuned for the next episode. Glad we got a vapor blaster. So is that it for this episode? So we'll carry on stripping this one down. We'll keep you up to date just to show you what we do. We don't all start with lovely stuff. They do end up looking all right. So Project KX500. So like and subscribe. Really does help. Follow us on the VMXdN, Hawkstone and Farley Castle Vets MX. See what we're up to. Got plenty going on with them events. Quite exciting times actually, so it'd be good. We'll get this thing built. It'll be running around Hawkstone in August, believe me.